Hi, dear viewers. I hope you are fine and in good health, and that everything around you is peaceful. Welcome to our channel. Today we begin a journey, a deep exploration into one of the most fascinating and at the same time most mysterious creations of the ancient world, the script of the Indus Valley civilization. The Indus Valley civilization, often called the Harappan civilization, flourished thousands of years ago in what is today Pakistan and northwest India. It was one of the world's earliest urban societies, with large cities, advanced drainage systems, planned streets, and an impressive sense of organization. But the real puzzle, and what captures the imagination of scholars, historians, and archaeologists, is the writing system these people left behind on seals, pottery fragments, and small tablets. Archaeologists discovered a unique script. It is made up of tiny symbols, short lines, animal figures, and signs that seem structured like a language. Yet, no one has been able to read it completely. Unlike Mesopotamian cuneiform or Egyptian hieroglyphs, the Indus script remains undeciphered. This means we do not yet know what the ancient Harappans wrote about their lives, their kings, their trade, or their beliefs. But what we do know is that these symbols were not random marks. They appear again and again on different objects, often in short sequences. Most inscriptions contain between 5 and 10 characters. The signs look carefully designed, as if meant to be recognized quickly. That gives us a clue. This was a system with meaning, not just decoration. Scholars have debated for decades. Some suggest the script was a proto-writing system, more symbolic than linguistic. Others argue it was a full writing system, representing sounds or words, like alphabets and logograms. And yet others believe it might be both, a script with mixed functions used for administration, trade, or ritual purposes. Before we move further into this mystery, and before we move to today's main detail, I want to say clearly, this channel is user-friendly. No offensive content, no misinformation. We explain things with respect, curiosity, and authenticity. The origins of the Indus script go back more than 4,000 years. Archaeologists discovered it mainly on seals, small square or rectangular pieces made of steatite stone. These seals were carved with great precision, then baked to make them durable. On one side of the seal, you often find the mysterious script. On the other side, figures of animals appear, like the famous one-horned bull, tigers, elephants, or even mythical creatures. The combination of signs and animals suggests these seals had an official role. Many researchers think they were used for trade and identification. Imagine a merchant sending goods across long distances. The seal would be pressed on wet clay, attached to a container, marking ownership or authenticity. This tells us that the script was not just artistic decoration. It had practical use in the economic and administrative life of the Indus Valley. But here is something most people don't know. Unlike many ancient scripts, the Indus script shows a remarkable level of uniformity. Signs found in Harappa in Punjab look almost identical to signs found in Mohenjo-Daro, which is hundreds of kilometers away. This consistency lasted for centuries. That means the Harappans must have had strong cultural links, shared systems, and possibly centralized rules about how to write the signs. Another striking fact is that the script does not appear to have long sentences. It is mostly short inscriptions. This has puzzled scholars. If it was a full language, why don't we find long texts like we see in Mesopotamia or in Egypt? One theory is that longer texts were written on perishable materials, palm leaves, cloth, or wood, which did not survive in the hot and wet climate. So what we see today could just be a tiny fraction of their written world. Over time, experts have counted around 400 to 600 unique signs. Some appear more frequently than others, which suggests a structured system. If it were pure symbols without linguistic function, we would expect random variation. But here, there is order. That order hints at grammar and language rules hidden inside the script. The big question is, what language does the Indus script represent? This debate is still alive today. Some scholars argue that it may be related to the Dravidian language family. These are the languages spoken in South India today, such as Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. The reasoning behind this idea is that Dravidian words fit certain patterns found in the short inscriptions. Also, some cultural features of the Harappans have echoes in later Dravidian traditions. Others believe the script could be linked to an early form of Indo-Aryan connected to Sanskrit. But this view is weaker because most evidence for Indo-Aryan presence in the region comes much later. There are also researchers who say the script may not represent any known language family at all. It could belong to a completely unique branch, now extinct, leaving behind only these signs as silent witnesses of its existence. One fascinating clue is the pattern of sign placement. Inscriptions often begin with one type of symbol and end with another. This order is too systematic to be random. For example, some signs only appear at the beginning, and some only at the end. That is similar to how words or endings work in actual languages. Another overlooked detail is the use of number-like symbols. Certain signs repeat in ways that resemble counting. This suggests the Harappans might have recorded quantities, perhaps in trade. Combined with the seals, it makes sense. Merchants recording items, marking ownership, or keeping tallies. Still, we face one enormous problem. There is no bilingual text. For Egyptian hieroglyphs, we had the Rosetta Stone, which showed the same message in Greek and in Egyptian. That allowed scholars to compare the two languages and crack the code. But for the Indus script, no such discovery has been made yet. Without a key, decipherment becomes extremely difficult. Despite this, technology has opened new doors. Computer analysis, artificial intelligence, and data science are being used to find patterns. Algorithms compare the frequency of signs, their position, and even similarities to other ancient scripts. While this has not solved the mystery yet, it has confirmed one thing. The signs behave like language. They are not random art. This makes the script one of the most intriguing puzzles in human history. The Indus script remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ancient world. But even though we cannot read it fully, it continues to tell us so much about the people who created it. From the seals and symbols, we know the Harappans valued organization. They had rules. They repeated patterns, and they made sure their writing was clear and standardized. This shows discipline, long-distance communication, and shared identity across their massive civilization. Another unique aspect is the artwork on the seals. The script was often paired with animals like bulls, elephants, and rhinoceroses. Some scholars believe these creatures were sacred symbols, connected to myths or beliefs. The script might have carried the names of clans, families, or deities linked with those animals. Interestingly, archaeologists have also found the script on tools, pottery, ivory pieces, and even copper tablets. This variety tells us that writing was not limited to one use. It was part of daily life, from trade and craft to rituals and maybe even education. Even though the mystery is unsolved, the Indus script inspires a global community of scholars to keep searching. New discoveries could change everything. Imagine if one day a bilingual tablet was unearthed, a text that shows the script side by side with another known language. That would unlock the voices of the Indus people after being silent for more than 4 millennia. Until that day comes, what we have is wonder, curiosity, and respect for the depth of human creativity. The Indus Valley people left behind not just bricks and drains, but also a script that challenges our knowledge and reminds us that the past still holds secrets waiting to be revealed. All the information we provide comes from verified historical sources, including books, records, and archaeology. Some main sources include the Indus Script, texts, concordance, and tables by Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, the Indus Civilization by Sir Mortimer Wheeler, Archaeological Survey of India Excavation Reports, Harappa.com Digital Archives of Indus Artifacts, the Indus Script and its language research papers published in Journal of South Asian Studies and Current Anthropology. Dear viewers, if you enjoyed this exploration, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Thrones of Knowledge, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get notified on time. Also suggest our next topic in the comment section so we can make this journey an even better experience for all of us.